And we're live. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Thomas Kelly, Associate Director of Residence Life here at Worcester State University, and this is Hangouts Before You Woo Life. Hangouts Before You Woo Life is an online web show geared towards new residents to Worcester State University. Every week, we talk about the important topics that are part of your transition to Worcester State University. I'm excited to be joined again by Assistant Dean of Academic Services, Tammy Tebow from the Academic Success Center. Tammy, welcome back.
Thanks for having me. I'm super excited.
I think this is the third time.
Number 3.
This is the hat trick.
It is.
The hat trick on Hangouts Before You Woo Life. Today we're going to go through a little bit about everything you need to prepare for the first year experience. So if you went to orientation, you saw this presentation. If you're a new resident and you didn't go to orientation, you're going to see it now. And if you did already see it, then this is a great reminder of everything that we already went over. But before we get started, Tammy, you want to tell everyone a little bit about, or remind them a little bit about Academic Success Center here at Worcester State?
So Academic Success Center has worked with all new freshmen, all new transfers to build your first semester schedule. We really encourage you to reach out to us if you have any questions over the next few weeks, and certainly the first 2 weeks of classes. We're the one-stop shop to get all your questions answered.
Awesome. Perfect. All right, so let's dive into the presentation. Okay. So we're gonna get super fancy. So the camera is gonna immediately switch to the screen, and we'll be back at the end, and Tammy's gonna kind of take it away and go over everything from there.
Okay. So like TK said, if you went to orientation, you saw this presentation in the small classrooms with an administrator from Worcester State and your orientation leaders. That was like, what, a month ago? So this is great information to revisit, catch up on, maybe get some clarification on now that you understand how it works. So a little of this is outdated. Most of you should have your schedule for fall. If you don't, it's really important to reach out to the Academic Success Center as soon as possible. Also, if you, let's go here, if you have taken the placement test, and you wanted to do better, you should be reaching out to us to retake that. We are doing them definitely on Mondays and Fridays at 10 and 2. You do not need to make an appointment for those times, but if those don't work for you, you should definitely call our office. We'll give you that information at the end of the presentation, and you can come in at another time that's better for you, because there's just a few weeks left to do that. This is all about orientation, so we're going to skip over that. And then there's our email, asuccess@worcester.edu. We do ask for about 48 hours to get back to you because we're really busy right now. So over the summer, we said that if you wanted to change your schedule, we had some specific reasons. This is still accurate. If you change your major, you change your housing status, you have updated placement test scores, or AP or dual enrollment credit, you should reach out to us as soon as possible to update your schedule. If you don't like a time or you don't want to take a certain class, right now we're asking you to wait till Tuesday, September 5th.
Yes.
To do that. That's the day before classes start. So just head on down to our office and we will help you make close to the perfect schedule. So My WSU. Now My WSU should have lots of goodies in there. It should have your fall schedule. It should have your bill, book information. If you haven't logged in, I highly recommend you spend the next week figuring that out. If you've logged into your Worcester State email account, it is the same password. If you go to worcester.edu, it's an icon up in the top right called My WSU, and you can access again the web advisor, your schedule, your bill, lots of goodies in there. At this point, you can't mess anything up. You can't really change anything. So just going in and viewing that and getting comfortable is what's important. So viewing your schedule is important. You can also identify who your academic advisor is. Currently, I would say about maybe half the first year class has assignments. Some majors wait till the first couple weeks of the semester. So if you don't have an advisor, with an academic advisor in your major assigned to you at this point, it's okay. You can deal with that when you get to campus. In the meantime, you just reach out to Academic Success if you have any questions. So the next part is book information. Different than high school, you have to purchase your own book. You have different options. You can rent them, you can buy them new, you can buy them used. When you look at your schedule online, there'll be a hyperlink that says book information. When you click on that, If there is a book assigned to the class right now, it'll link you to our bookstore with all the information. Some classes have 1 book, some classes have 10 books. Certainly renting them is a great option for students. We've been doing that for quite a few years now, and the process is pretty seamless. Everything will be delivered to our bookstore. And again, you can also buy new or used. We really recommend that students start looking at that now. Come November, if you're telling your professor that you just haven't had a chance to buy the book yet, probably not a good option, and you're probably not going to do well in the class. So planning ahead is really important. If you have a class that says no book information is yet available, you can email your instructor to see maybe there won't be a book, or maybe they can let you know, you haven't uploaded that information yet, it's coming. So, those are the different things you would see on the book information. So your bill, those have gone out, they're in the mail. You definitely have to pay them. So the due date has gone by, and you'll be getting another bill very soon if you haven't paid that first one. That you contact us immediately to make arrangements, contact financial aid if you need to clear up some paperwork with them, because failure to resolve that hold and that bill will result in you being dropped from your classes. That's something that, it's probably new to most students how that works. If you don't pay for something, nobody shows up at your house and takes it away from you right away. But here at Worcester State, probably within week 2, it gets pretty aggressive that we'll be emailing you and contacting you to say you haven't paid your bill, and you certainly could show up to classes in week 3 and actually not be on the roster anymore. We hate to have that happen. So you've got plenty of time right now to start lining up some arrangements to get that bill paid. But certainly log into WebAdvisor, see what that bill is, open the mail that comes home, open up that bill, see what it is, start talking to your family and your support system, and call Worcester State to get that, some arrangements put together. So what happens next is we have a host of events for first-year students in the first semester. First one, so this isn't necessarily an event, but it is something that first-year students need to do. You'll be getting an email very soon about e-checkup. And this is an online alcohol prevention program that's required for all new students, all incoming freshmen. You'll be sent your login information and how to get access to this e-checkup. So it's a personalized behavior intervention program that's designed to motivate students to reduce their alcohol consumption. Worcester State wants to take care of their student body, wants to start the conversations about alcohol use, and this is a great tool to start that conversation. Research does indicate that students who receive e-checkup and participate do significantly reduce their weekly alcohol consumption. Students will begin the program on September 11th, and it must be completed by November 17th. This is an online program. If you don't finish the program, it could cause a delay in you registering for your spring classes. So you're going to get these emails. We really ask you to pay attention to them. They are important. Another first-year event that's super fun and important, and it's a great beginning to your career, academic career here at Worcester State, is New Student Convocation. It's on Tuesday, September 5th. It's at 3 o'clock. You probably have been getting some invitations. You'll be getting more emails, and you'll see more details about this because right now the location of where everybody will meet is TBA. But that information will be coming out. Mark your calendar. Tuesday, September 5th. There are no classes on Tuesday because classes do not begin until September 6th. So again, it's a great event. It's not long. It's not like graduation where it's drawn out, and this is a great time to get excited about being a new student at Worcester State. And it's just something that we want to do to welcome you to the Worcester State academic community. All right, next event is called Sex Signals. And so as a part of Worcester State University's commitment to education in areas of gender misconduct, bystander intervention, and affirmative consent, we offer one of the most popular programs on sexual assault awareness. This has been going on for many, many years at Worcester State, highly attended, very much positive feedback from students. It does differ from traditional educational programs in that it incorporates humor with education and audience participation to provide a provocative look at dating, sex, and the core issues of affirmative consent. We ask you that when you attend this event, you bring your student ID because we do swipe students in to make sure that they did attend. And we break it down and assign you a day to come to make it easier for you. So everybody on their schedule, when you log in, you signed up for a first year seminar. And those courses are designated by the numbers 1, 9, and 3. You might be in LC 193, you might be in EN 193, but that is your first year seminar. At the end of that course, EN 193, there's one more number, 1, 10, 5. Those are your section numbers, and that's how we divided this out. So sections 1 through 10, plus all the honor sections of first year seminar, you're going on Wednesday, 9/20 at 4:30. And then sections 11 through 25, you're going on 9/20 at 7. And sections 25 through 50, you're going on 9/21 at 6 p.m. Some students may have class during this time, and so we don't ask you to miss class. You can switch your section. You can talk to your first year seminar about that. All these events are held in the Sullivan Auditorium, so it's pretty convenient for students. It is mandatory. You do need to attend. If you do need to switch your section for work or an emergency, just let your first year seminar instructor know about that. But please do go assigned to the time that we have given you. If you have any questions about you still don't understand which one you're assigned to, you can email the A6S or give us a call and we can just help you out. Okay, next event. We give you a little break through October and we host registration workshops to get you ready to register for spring classes. Not many students understand that, you know, the new classes that start in January, you register for them in October and November. So we plan very much ahead of time. And when the Academic Success Center saw you on a registration day, it was pretty quick. We didn't give lots of information. You didn't click the submit button yourself, but you will do that in October. So there's a whole process you need to go through, from looking up the classes to meeting with your academic advisor, to going during your assigned time. And a lot of it's no secret, but we will do this 30-minute workshop to really get you geared up and prepared to participate and have that be seamless. During the week, we don't have it announced yet, but during the week, we will host 10 different workshop times. And in the past, we've had over 600 students attend. So highly attended. We keep it short and sweet. We know you got places to go. We just make ourselves available, quickly go through the process, and students have given us pretty positive feedback. We used to have it be longer. They said they wanted it shorter, and so we really cut it down to just meet your needs. This registration workshop is mandatory, so we hope to see you there. And we'll be sending lots of emails and information about when the exact times are. Okay, so now we go back to like the first 2 weeks of classes. Classes will start on Wednesday, September 6th. So start of semester, your schedule. We kind of talked about that in the beginning. Tuesday rolls around, or let's say Wednesday rolls around, you go to your first 8:30 class, it's not for you. You're not feeling it, you don't want to take it. You definitely need to come back to the Academic Success Center and we can look at options. Can't always change everything, but you can definitely come and talk to us. Don't go to the registrar's office. They can't make changes to new student schedules. Only the Academic Success Center can. We have what's called add and drop. So the first week of classes, you can add something and you can drop something. But the second week of classes, you can only drop. So add will end that first Monday after the classes begin, and drop will end the second Monday after the classes begin. That information is posted everywhere, the exact dates and times, but just it's really important to start to understand you should be attending all your first week of classes, get a feel for everything, understand what you're up against for the entire semester, and make some decisions if you want to get rid of a class, or if you have a friend that says they're in an awesome class and you want to add it, just come down to the Academic Success Center and we will help you. If you get into the third, fourth, or fifth week of classes and you're still not feeling it and you don't want to go to that class anymore, you can withdraw. You have paid for the class at that point. You cannot just drop it or add something else. It does become a W on your academic record. But still stop down and see us. We can talk you through that process and try to help you with support. Maybe you need tutoring. Maybe you just need to talk through a couple things, and we can definitely assist with those questions. Oh, okay, so this is like really important because students will like have 5 classes and say, yeah, 3 of these are not working for me, and I'm just going to drop down to 2. But I have financial aid, and I live on campus, and I play football, and all these things. You might not be able to do that. You might need to stay full-time in order to have athletic eligibility, in order to have your financial aid package be the maximum. So there are lots of factors. That's why we ask you to come to our office when you're making any of these schedule changes, because there are definitely things that will impact that final decision. Okay, any questions?
Anybody? Questions? It's quite a bunch. All right, we're going to jump back, and we're back. All right, it worked. Hey, well, that went really well.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right, so that is, for some folks, that might be some new information. Hopefully for a lot of folks, that is a reminder of some stuff that you've already heard about. This will be archived in our YouTube channel with all of our other Hangouts Before You Woo Life. So if you do have questions, you can refer back to that. Again, you can email asuccess@worcester.edu. Reminder, 48-hour rule. You have 48 hours for that response in that email.
So our phone number for the office too is 508-929-8139. So if you have any questions about retaking the acuplacer, you don't know which section of sex signals you're supposed to go to, those are questions that any of our front staff could answer for you. So just give us a call.
For sure. Also, first floor, admin building.
Yes.
Right. Well, as always, when we kind of wrap up a Hangouts Before You Woo Life, I like to see, like, what is the one super important thing that you want to make sure new students know. So I guess especially when we're talking about preparing for some of these new first-year experiences that we just kind of went over today, what do you want to make sure new students definitely take away?
I think the most important thing for a new student to do, especially in that first week of classes, is to go to every single class and look at your syllabus for the class and just really understand what the class is going to be. There's going to be a lot of surprises. There's going to be different things that you didn't expect. But I think when you have the opportunity to maybe change your schedule if you want to, only in that first week, you need to get as much information about the class as possible. And I see a lot of students come in like week 3 and said, I didn't even go the first week, so I had no idea. So just make a promise to yourself that you'll go to every class the first week, the first time it meets at the very least, to kind of make that decision.
Great. Awesome. Well, those are all of our questions. That's our presentation. This is the end of Hangouts Before You Woo Life. We have 2 more left for the rest of the summer. They're both going to be featuring Residence Life. We're going to be talking about the first-year residential experience and what the first few days of that program is going to look like, as well as what move-in day is going to look like. So don't miss those the next 2 Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Super exciting. As always, if you miss a Hangouts Before You Woo Life, you can go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/WSUResLife. We have a playlist with all of our Hangouts Before You Woo Life, so you can watch all of them before you arrive in September. As always, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest @WSUResLife, or you can like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Woo Life. I'm Thomas Kelly. This was Tammy Tebow. This has been Hangouts Before You Woo Life. We hope you have a great Wednesday, and we'll see you next week.